So going to an assault call right now on MLK. It's in Sector 1, so it's another North End unit. So I'm in Sector 2, but we're going because girlfriend slapped her boyfriend, and now the parties are separated, so we're going to back up another unit. They normally send 2 officers to any call. So with domestic, since, you know, there's 2 parties involved, it's easier to send 2 officers anyways. So, like, he can talk to the victim and I can talk to the accused. It just makes it a lot easier. Was that, you want me to run to the front office to ask to get in, or?
Here, I might go.
Is he up there?
Go around. Yeah.
Yeah, so normally when we get calls like this, sometimes the doors are unlocked, but for a lot of apartment complexes, they're not. So right now, normally if it's locked and we can't get in, we have to call dispatch, and then dispatch will call the caller back if they're not still on the phone with the caller, and then that lets them come down and unlock the doors for us so we can get in.
Cool.
Hey.
You okay, sir? Yeah.
Is she still? Okay, well, before you walk in your apartment, let's talk to us in the hallway for a second, okay?
They were on the couch, and her dog attacked my dog.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I slapped her dog to get her off her, and she stood up and hit me
Okay.
Okay, where'd she hit you?
on the face, right here.
Okay, will you shine your light one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want an ambulance to come just take a look at you?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna go in there and try to talk to her, okay?
Is it how you, or is it?
Hey. Okay.
And it was just so mild, and you know, dogs get into it.
No, I got it. I got 2 dogs, so I understand.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's just whipping over and slapping the out of her.
This was in here when this happened?
Yeah, we
When
were
you s-
just sitting here.
Okay, when you slapped, you were sitting both here.
Yeah.
You slapped him like, you did it open? You did it like open hand or closed fist?
He can't be, you know, just striking animals, people,
I got it.
or nothing.
I got it.
like
Give me
that.
1 second, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Wilson, are you? Yeah, okay. Hey, look, do me a favor and stand up, okay, hon?
You have shoes you put on, and they just.
Do you have any easy shoes you can put on? Do you maybe? Okay, so listen, I get the frustration. I understand that he hit your dog, okay? And all of what you told me is gonna go in the report, okay? But unfortunately, you guys are in a dating relationship. You guys live together. That's domestic violence. Even if you slapped him in the face, okay? 1 time, okay? You still can't do that, all right? So we gotta place you under arrest, okay? So the cuffs are double locked now, so not gonna get too tight on you, okay? Okay, let's get you some shoes. We'll get you a coat. 25, we'll have 1 under.
1108.
But like I told you though, everything's gonna be put in the report, okay? I don't want you to think I'm not putting anything in the report. Everything you've told me is gonna get put in the report. Everything that your boyfriend has told Officer Olson is gonna go in the report, okay? Okay, let's get you a coat. Which one do you want? Do you want your keys? Do you want everything out of your wallet, or do you just want your money and your ID?
Where's your phone?
That right there, there should be 1 in there.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want everything in that wallet? Do you want to bring the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to just, yeah. Okay. Go ahead and wait for me real quick, okay?
Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm gonna slap charges on you for animal abuse.
Come on. Okay.
And I'm calling the office.
All right.
I'll be right back with some information for you, okay, sir?
Okay. When we get out there, I got to pat you down and everything, okay?
Both of them. Just keep them together.
You got her ID? Okay, cool. You want, yeah, I'll just put it in here.
Charlie 1.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna get in this back on this side, okay? So now I have to pull a report number. We can only do it on the computer, so I'm gonna pull a report number. So Officer Olson, he has to give the victim, which is the male inside, he has to give him the case report number, so when it goes to court that he has the report number for the prosecutor. So every time we transport somebody, we have to let dispatch know. If it's, since I'm female and the accused in the back is a female, I don't have to give the mileage from start to when we finish getting to where we're going. But if it was a male, I would have to call out like the mileage over the radio, and then when I'm leaving here, and then when we get there, I would have to let them know the mileage too. So when you give the mileage, it just shows approximately like exactly where we're going. So it shows that we didn't like go the long way, go out of our way, or do other things when we have somebody in the back of our car.
Go ahead.
Transporting one female to lockup. So these are cameras in the car, and these record what's in front of us, or they can record in the back seat. So when we're transporting somebody, we have to turn this on, and it records her the entire time in the back of the car. So when you get an arrest on any situation, especially this is going to be considered domestic, but anytime you get it in custody, you have to take them straight to the jail. And then we have to write up the report before we can leave the jail. So it doesn't sit, we call it in a queue, so your report doesn't sit in the queue. So you have to get it done right away. So we're pulling in here, this is the headquarters. But anytime we take somebody to jail, they come to our jail, which is in the headquarters, which is right downtown, right by the Capitol. So then before we take them up to the jail, we have to park down here, and then we bring them up through the elevators to our jail. All right. I'll get you out of here, okay? If you go ahead and step out. So we're gonna go through these blue doors, okay? Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Okay, let me step over here. Go when the elevator opens, just go stand in that corner, okay? Just face the corner for me just for a minute, okay? I'm gonna check. I didn't get to check if you have any warrants or anything, but they'll run it up here and let you know, okay?
Well, I want to,
Oh, also, they're gonna make you take a PBT, okay? You're not in trouble, but they just have to know how much you've been drinking, okay? Elevator opens, take a step out for me, okay? And stand in front of this door right here on the left. So anytime we take anybody to jail, before we can go actually in the jail, we take our duty weapons out. And then if you have a knife, put it in here. So we can't bring it into the jail, you lock it, gets locked, you take your keys. The lady that we just brought in, she blew a .3. So anytime they blow a .3 for PBT for alcohol, if she's not on the way down, then we have to take her to the hospital because it's basically an unsafe level. So we're gonna wait 15 minutes to see if she goes down. If she goes down, it's probably okay. If she goes up, then Officer Olson's gonna have to take her to Sparrow for it. But right now, so we have like 15 minutes, we're just gonna write some of the report. So yeah, like I said before, when it's anything like arrestable offense, we have to do the report. So while we're waiting the 15 minutes, we're just gonna try to knock out as much of the report as possible.
So he's accusing her of slapping him. So that's a one-sided story, and it was a weak slap. There wasn't any visible marks, but that she confirmed it made it more solidified. We had to take action at that point. You know, keep them from doing that again, hopefully. So.
For domestic calls, on average, I'd say most officers at least do one a shift. So I would say domestics have to be at least 40% of our call load. I mean, easily.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say at least one or two domestics a shift per officer.
I think sometimes it is easier if I talk to the female and he talks to the male, just because people seem to want to talk to, I think, the same sex. But in this instance, I think it was just a little bit easier for him to talk to him. And the females normally, if it's a female talking to a female, they normally will be more personable and talk to you about specific things that happen because they feel more comfortable. Like, you know, if she got hit in the chest, it's easier for her to talk about it. And if she has injuries, show me the injuries. Whereas Officer Olson, she wouldn't feel as comfortable talking to him about that stuff. Why is it, you know, sometimes it doesn't put their age in there when you put the date of birth?
Yeah, I don't know why it's inconsistent. Yeah. What's he got?
So he's 54.
64. Yeah.
I felt like a child doing that, but I have to make sure I didn't get a math degree.
That's right.
So when we get arrests, especially, the reports obviously take a little bit longer, but personally, probably depending on the day, if it's like a swamp day where it's a lot more like report calls, honestly, you could easily spend 4 hours of a 10-hour shift writing reports, just depending on how much. But I mean, probably over my career, it's probably close to half the time I've spent in law enforcement writing reports. After the 15 minutes were up, they were able to test her BAC, her blood alcohol level, with the PBT. So she was at a 3.0. So 3.0 is, like I said before, it's considered to be like a dangerous blood alcohol level. But because we waited the 15 minutes, we're trying to see if her blood alcohol level was going to go up. If it was going to go up, we're going to take her to the hospital. But it went down to a 2.8 something. So we were able to book her in to jail. So when you book somebody into jail, you have to research them. We'll check like all their pockets, everything, pat them down, take their shoes off, take the laces off. If they have laces in anything like a shirt or like hoodie strings, we have to cut them out. While the detention officers were looking through her personal belongings, so you have to search all that too. They found little pills, different, looked like prescription kind of pills. We don't know obviously what they were. So Officer Olson, we have them collected in a bag, all these different ones. You can charge somebody, you cannot. It's totally kind of up to you. But as of right now, since we don't know what we're dealing with, she's saying that there's some of her prescription medicines. We have to go tag them into the evidence room as evidence, and so they'll be stored away. So just so she can't have them anymore. Because if you have pills like this and they're not in a pill bottle with your name on them, then that's actually, you can be arrested for it. If you carry loose pills on you at any time, doesn't matter if they're like Tylenol or not, technically you can actually get in trouble for carrying loose pills.
So I'm sure my partner already explained it and everybody's explained it. You can't be carrying that stuff for a serious charge. So you're getting lucky today.
So yeah, these we'll take them up to the evidence room. There's different like class fills that you can do with them, but we're gonna log these in as to be destroyed. That's LPD. I mean, we have days where we're not super busy, but more towards the end of our shift, coming on day shift, like 10:30 and beyond, it gets pretty busy. And then noons is swamped the whole time, and midnights is hit or miss, but midnights when stuff goes down, they have like really high priority calls. So, I mean, even they're busy. All of our shifts are pretty busy, so, but we all work as a team, so there's no reason to freak out because everything's gonna get done one way or the other. So yeah, I'll put this.
What are you doing right?
So this is the property room at headquarters. So I gotta come in and we have to tag these pills in here and then they get destroyed. So when it's pills, when you're tagging in pills to the property room or drugs of any kind, they want them in a clear package. Even though it's already sealed all in this, you want it in a clear package. So we'll put it in this heel seat package so the evidence room can see what it is. So we'll tuck it down in there, and then we're gonna heat seal it. And then anytime when you get anything like this, you wanna write across the heat seal, you wanna put your initials, and then I normally put my badge number too, just to show that I'm the one that tagged it in as evidence. Anytime after you log in something as evidence, you have to print out a label also that's gonna go on the heat seal bag. So it basically has a barcode on it, and it lets our HQ, which is the people that work evidence on full time, be able to basically scan it into the system. So you just gotta put the label on it. After you put the label on it and you're done with it in the computer, you'll come, there's all these lockers. You'll put it in a locker, and you'll just put a lock on it. So it doesn't let anybody else get in the locker besides HQ when they need to grab it. And then, so I'm done with that. But yeah, so in here I can run you through some stuff. So anytime you get like a blood sample or like a CSC kit, which a CSC kit is a rape kit, you pick it up from the hospital, and you have to tag it in here after the hospital does it, but you'll put stuff like that, like stuff that needs to be temperature-wise, you put it in the refrigerator. Any bigger items, like maybe backpacks or anything like that, they're gonna go in these bigger lockers. Anything smaller, like I have, are gonna go in all these smaller lockers. Anytime if it's a biohazard, so if it is blood, you'll take it out and you'll put like one of the biohazard stickers on it, or if it's a weapon, we have stickers that are for loaded weapons and non-loaded. So if you were to get a gun or any kind of weapon like that, you have to tag it in up here in evidence room. You get one of these boxes that says gun evidence box. You'll make it into a box, but the holes in it are so when you lay the gun in here, you put these zip ties around the guns, and you'll basically hold it, zip tie it into the box. You want to make sure the magazine and no bullets are in the gun, though, if you can. But that's what we use if you have a gun. If you get like if you get needles, possible heroin needles or anything like that, you're gonna put them in one of these for evidence. You're still gonna put it in a heat seal bag after, so the property room can see it, but you'll just make sure you put it in here first. So we always carry a couple of those. These are NIC tests. NIC tests are used for different kind of drugs. Like if we had marijuana, I mean, I can't really open it and show you exactly, but it's basically a package. You'll put some of the suspected marijuana in there. There's tubes. You'll break them, shake it for a minute. If the fluid on the inside turns purple, then that means it tests positive for marijuana. So those are like different things that we'll use. This is a cocaine one, but this is what I was talking about. So there's a fluid type in here, and it basically indicates, telling you if it's test positive for cocaine-based substance. So if you had it, you would sprinkle a little bit of powder in there. There's 3 test tubes. You'll break them. The fluid will come out and fill this up. And you'll basically just shake it. If it turns a certain color, then that means it's testing positive for that substance. Other than that, if you ever get lost and you don't know what to do, there's all this stuff up here that basically helps officers because it gets confusing, but it lets you know what to do with different kinds of things. And then there's the reference guide, so if we never know how to do anything, you can kind of look through here, and it will basically walk you through step by step of what to do. So this is the property room. Can't really take you back there because we have classified information and all that stuff. But anytime we log in property, the people that work in the property room HQ, they'll come take it, and it gets all placed back in here, and it's organized. And I don't really know, obviously, exactly how it works, but they organize it and they have everything. So when it comes time for a case to come or anything like that, then that's how it gets taken care of.